Capricorn, the era of shadows is over. The title of this reading wasn't a clickbait promise, it is a direct transmission from the spirit realm. The person who kept you in the dark, the one who made you wonder where you stood with their family, has finally broken the silence. But here is the twist they didn't see coming. Their family already knew the whole truth, and instead of rejecting you, they have been quietly praying for your union. The problem isn't just being fixed, it is being completely dismantled and rebuilt on solid ground. Before we dive into this profound revelation, tell me in the comments where you are watching from right now, or share this with the one person who truly knows your soul, because this energy is far too powerful to hold by yourself. Do not scroll past this moment, because the universe does not make mistakes and the algorithm did not just randomly place this video in front of your eyes. You are guided here by a very specific frequency. Your higher self, your intuition, and the spirit guides surrounding you orchestrated this exact collision in time. You were meant to hear this now, in September 2026, because the energetic cords that have been tying you to confusion are finally snapping. This is not a coincidence. This is a divine appointment. You have been carrying a heavy, unspoken weight, wondering if you were truly seen, truly valued, and truly chosen. The spirit realm is stepping in right now to validate every single tear you have shed in private. It is exhausting, isn't it? To constantly be the one who has to guess, to read between the lines, to wonder if you're enough for the people they come from. You have felt so incredibly alone in this dynamic, carrying the emotional load while they seem to move at their own pace. But I need you to know that your patience has not gone unnoticed. The universe has been watching your endurance, and it is about to reward your unwavering faith. Let's talk about what your body has been trying to tell you, because the physical realm is always the first to register a spiritual shift. Over the last few weeks, you have been experiencing physical sensations that you couldn't quite explain. There has been a sudden, unexplained flutter in your chest, especially in the quiet, still hours of the morning. You felt a strange restlessness in your limbs, a tight tension in your jaw and shoulders that no amount of stretching or deep breathing could release. You've been checking your phone constantly, feeling that phantom vibration, sensing a shift in the air before it actually happens. You've been waking up earlier than usual, around 3 or 4 a.m., with your mind racing and your heart beating a little faster than normal. This isn't anxiety, Capricorn. This is your nervous system recalibrating. Your body is physically reacting to the massive energetic download that is about to enter your life. The energy is already moving, shifting the atmosphere around you before the physical reality catches up. When you feel that chest flutter, I want you to stop labeling it as fear. It is not dread. It is the physical sensation of your heart expanding to make room for the truth that is about to be handed to you. Your body knows the shift is happening before your logical mind can process it. You are also experiencing an unusual emotional sensitivity lately. You might find yourself crying at a simple commercial, feeling a sudden wave of nostalgia, or feeling an intense surge of empathy for strangers. That is your energetic field expanding. You are shedding the old skin of the Capricorn who has to be strong, stoic, and unbothered. The universe is asking you to soften, because the energy coming toward you requires a soft landing. And this massive internal shift has been bleeding directly into your subconscious mind as well. Think about your dreams lately. You have been having vivid, almost cinematic dreams about doors opening, about old walls crumbling down into dust, or about walking through a house you've never been in but somehow deeply recognize. You've experienced sudden flashes of memory, not of the past, but of the future, glimpses of a life where you feel completely secure, completely anchored, and entirely loved. There have been repeated mental pings and synchronicities where you see the exact same numbers, or you think of this specific person and they reach out or interact with your energy moments later. Your intuition has been screaming at you. You've had these intrusive thoughts, wondering if they are finally going to step up, if they are finally going to claim you in the light. Those aren't just random thoughts. Those are downloads from your future self, showing you the blueprint of what is manifesting right now. It can feel overwhelming to hold all these visions and feelings at once. You might have even doubted yourself, wondering if you were just wishing it into existence out of sheer desperation. But I am here to tell you that your mind is not playing tricks on you. The veil is thin, and the spiritual realm is using your dreams and your intuition as a direct communication line to prepare you for the physical manifestation. Now, to understand the magnitude of what is about to happen, we have to look at the other side of this connection. We have to look into the internal world of the person who has been keeping you in the shadows. Because their silence was never about a lack of love. It was about a profound internal reckoning. They have been fighting a massive battle within themselves, trying to reconcile their deep, undeniable love for you with the expectations and complexities of their family dynamic. They realized that keeping you a secret was actually poisoning the very foundation they were trying to protect. It is a heavy burden to realize that your attempt to keep the peace was actually causing the most pain to the person you care about the most. They have been carrying immense guilt, and that guilt has finally reached its boiling point. They have been watching you from afar, even when there was distance between you. They have noticed how you handle adversity, how you maintain your dignity even when you are confused. They have seen your worth, and it has terrified them. They realized that if they didn't fix the problem, if they didn't bring the truth to their family, they were going to lose the most authentic connection they have ever known. The family knows the whole truth now. The conversation has happened. The secrets have been dragged into the light. And the reaction was not what they feared. They had to sit across from the people who raised them, the people whose opinions they have carried like a heavy crown for their entire life, and they had to dismantle the carefully constructed walls they built around you. It was not a gentle conversation. It was a necessary reckoning. They had to look their family in the eye and admit that their hesitation was never about a lack of love for you, but rather a paralyzing fear of not being able to protect you from their own complicated dynamics. But in doing so, they uncovered a beautiful, unexpected truth. Their family did not reject you. In fact, they have been watching you from a distance. They have seen your grace, your resilience, and the quiet strength you carry as a Capricorn. They already knew the truth of your character, and they have been waiting for this person to finally step up and claim you. The moment this secret was spoken aloud, the heavy, suffocating tension in their family dynamic completely dissolved. The problem you thought was insurmountable has been fixed, not by ignoring it, but by dragging it into the light. But here is where the energy shifts, and we must address the lingering skepticism in your own heart. Even as the spirit realm confirms this massive victory, a quiet, guarded part of you is still whispering, but what if it changes again? You know how you operate. You do not just want a beautiful promise, you want a blueprint. You need to know that the foundation is solid before you allow yourself to build a house upon it. This hesitation is not a flaw, it is your survival mechanism. You have been burned by half-truths before, and your mind is desperately trying to protect you from the pain of another disappointment. You have spent so much time being the strong one, the one who figures it out, the one who never needs rescuing, that the idea of someone finally stepping in to fix the problem feels almost foreign. You are bracing for the catch. You are waiting for the other shoe to drop. But I need you to understand that this time, the universe is not setting you up for a fall. The ground beneath your feet is being stabilized right now. To truly understand the magnitude of this shift, we have to look at the raw, aching emotional reality of the person on the other side of this connection. Stripped of their defenses, stripped of the excuses they used to keep you at arm's length, they are experiencing a profound sense of loss for the time you two spent apart. They are realizing that every day they spent trying to manage everyone else's perceptions was a day they spent away from their true home, which is you. They are looking at the empty space beside them and feeling the physical ache of your absence. They remember the way you look at them when they are at their worst, the way you grounded them when their mind was spiraling. This realization has broken them open. They are no longer operating from a place of ego or obligation. They are operating from a place of deep, undeniable soul recognition. They miss you with the ferocity that keeps them awake at night, and this emotional vulnerability is the fuel driving them to make things right. Before we go deeper into the exact words they are preparing to speak to you and the specific actions they are about to take, I want to pause and anchor this energy. If this message is resonating in your spirit, if you feel that sudden warmth in your chest or that tear pricking your eye, I invite you to subscribe to Trusted Tarot. This is not just a channel, it is a sanctuary. By joining this community, you are energetically claiming your space in the light. You are telling the universe that you are ready to receive these truths, that you are no longer willing to settle for the shadows. Hit that subscribe button, not just for the algorithm, but as a physical declaration to your spirit guides that you are ready for the next level of your journey. Let us lock in this frequency together so that when the shift happens, you are fully anchored and ready to receive it. Now, let us bring this energy back to the intense, private intimacy of what is actually coming your way in this September 2026 window. The reveal is this: they are coming to you, not with a tentative, easily ignored text message, but with a full, unshielded presence. They are going to initiate a conversation that will leave absolutely no room for ambiguity. They are going to look you in the eyes, or they are going to speak to you with a level of vocal clarity that you can feel in your bones, and they are going to say the words that have been trapped in their throat for months. They are going to tell you that their family knows everything, that the obstacles have been cleared, and that they have fixed the problem. But more importantly, they are going to look at you and say, "I love you," and for the first time, those words will carry the full, undeniable weight of their actions. They are not just offering you their heart, they are offering you their world, fully integrated and completely transparent. But here is where the energy must shift again, moving from the triumph of this revelation to the sobering, grounding reality of your own healing. Receiving this level of truth requires you to drop your armor. When they finally hand you this clarity, your instinct will be to analyze it, to cross-examine it, to look for the hidden catch. You must resist that urge. If you meet their vulnerable, honest confession with your old defensive walls, you will inadvertently push them back into the shadows. You have to allow yourself to be soft enough to receive this love. You have to let the tears fall if they need to. You have to let your logical Capricorn mind take a back seat and allow your heart to simply feel the relief of being chosen. This is the final test of this transition. The universe has cleared the path, but you must be willing to walk down it without looking over your shoulder. When this message finally arrives, your very first instinct will be to protect yourself. You have been in survival mode for so long that the sudden arrival of peace feels suspicious, almost like a trap. You might feel a sudden, sharp urge to test them, to throw their past hesitation back in their face just to see if they flinch, or to demand an exhaustive list of guarantees before you allow yourself to hope. I am giving you a nuanced warning right now. Do not let the ghosts of your past dictate the reality of your present. The danger in this moment is not external. The danger is your own unhealed trauma trying to sabotage a miracle. When they offer you this truth, your old pain will try to distort the new message. It will whisper that they are only saying this because they are lonely, or that this clarity is just a temporary fix before they retreat again. You must pause before you react. You must consciously separate the voice of your past wounds from the undeniable reality of the present moment. Receive this clearly, not defensively. As a Capricorn, your default setting is to build a fortress. You lay the bricks of your boundaries thick and high, and you stand guard at the gate, waiting for the inevitable betrayal. You have convinced yourself that if you never let your guard down, you can never be hurt again. But a fortress that keeps out the pain also keeps out the light. If you meet their vulnerable, honest confession with coldness, sarcasm, or immediate suspicion, you will inadvertently push them back into the shadows they just fought so hard to escape. They are coming to you with their hands open and their heart completely exposed. They are terrified, yes, but they are choosing you anyway. Honor that bravery by meeting them with an open heart. You do not have to interrogate this love to prove it is real. Real love does not need to be cross-examined. It simply needs to be witnessed. You are entirely allowed to say, "I was hurt, and I need a little time to fully trust this, but I am here, and I am listening." That is the balance. That is the emotional maturity that will cement this union for the long term. Now, you might be sitting there, your logical mind still turning, wondering why. Why now? Why, after all this silence, all this waiting, All the nights you spent staring at the ceiling wondering where you stood, is the universe choosing this exact moment in September 2026 to finally break the dam. Because the energetic season has fundamentally shifted. September is the month of the harvest, a sacred time when what has been planted in the dark finally breaks through the soil and reaches for the light. This timing is not random. It is spiritually aligned, energetically ripened, and divinely orchestrated. The silence you experienced was not abandonment. It was gestation. Just as a seed must sit in the dark, damp earth before it can sprout, this connection had to sit in the quiet to develop the roots necessary to survive the storm. If they had come to you months ago, they would have brought you a half-formed promise, a fragile intention that would have shattered under the weight of their family's expectations and their own internal chaos. But the time it took for them to find their spine, to do the internal work, to face their lineage and speak the truth, that time was absolutely necessary. The universe does not rush, but it is never ever late. Every delayed text, every unanswered question, every moment of doubt was part of a divine orchestration designed to bring you both to this exact point of readiness. The karmic cycle of secrecy, half-truths, and doubt is closing right now. The scales are balancing. You have paid your dues in the currency of patience, and now the universe is paying you back in the currency of absolute clarity. This September window is a divine gateway. The energetic cords of confusion that have been tethering you to anxiety are being severed, and in their place, cords of unshakable truth are being woven. You are stepping out of the exhausting era of guessing and into the empowering era of knowing. The waiting room is closed. The door is opening, and the person on the other side is no longer the same person who left you in the dark. They have been forged in the fire of their own reckoning, and they are returning to you as a partner who is finally ready to stand in the light with you, with nothing left to hide. I know how incredibly tired you are, Capricorn. I know the sheer, unspoken exhaustion that settles into your bones when you have been the strong one for far too long. You are the one who always figures it out, the one who carries the mental load, the one who never complains because you believe that complaining does not solve the problem. You have been carrying the weight of this entire connection on your shoulders, trying to build a bridge across the silence, trying to make sense of the mixed signals, trying to protect your own heart while simultaneously keeping it open for them. Behind closed doors, when the world is not watching and the responsibilities of the day are finally put to rest, there is a quiet, aching vulnerability that you rarely let anyone see. You have wondered if you are too much to handle, or if you are asking for too much by simply wanting to be chosen in the light. You have questioned your own worth in the quiet hours of the night, wondering why someone who claims to care for you so deeply could leave you feeling so entirely alone. The universe sees every single tear you have shed in private. The spirit realm has recorded every moment you swallowed your disappointment, every time you forced a smile when you were internally crumbling, and every time you chose to forgive them instead of walking away. You have been so incredibly brave, but you were never meant to carry this burden by yourself. The heavy crown of responsibility you have been wearing is finally being lifted from your head. You do not have to manage their emotions anymore. You do not have to decode their silence. You do not have to be the architect of this relationship all by yourself. The problem has been fixed, the secrets have been exposed, and the foundation has been laid. Now, for the first time in a very long time, you are allowed to simply exhale. You are allowed to step out of the role of the manager and step into the role of the receiver. You are safe to just be loved, without having to earn it, without having to prove it, and without having to defend it. As this profound truth begins to settle into your physical body, I want you to consciously release the tension you have been holding. Feel the tightness in your jaw soften. Feel the defensive posture of your shoulders drop. Feel the frantic, racing energy in your chest begin to slow down to a steady, rhythmic pulse. You are entering a season of profound peace, but to truly anchor this peace, we must seal this energy with a physical ritual. Right now, in this exact moment, I want you to place your dominant hand directly over your heart. Feel the warmth of your palm against your chest. Feel the steady, undeniable beating of your own heart beneath your hand. That heartbeat is the rhythm of your own sovereignty. It is the proof that you survived the waiting, that you survived the doubt, and that you are still here, ready to receive the love that is finally coming your way. Draw a slow, intentional inhale through your nose, filling your lungs completely, and as you exhale, imagine all the residual doubt, all the lingering fear of abandonment, and all the heavy expectations leaving your body in a dark mist. Let it dissolve into the earth. You are clearing the space for the new reality. Now, I want you to silently repeat this affirmation in your mind, letting the words echo in the deepest chambers of your soul. I am safe to receive the truth. I am worthy of a love that does not require me to hide. I release the need to force the outcome, and I trust the divine timing of my life. Say it again, internally, with absolute certainty. I am safe, I am worthy, and I am deeply, unconditionally loved. Let those words marinate in your energy field. Let them rewrite the old scripts of doubt that have been playing on a loop in your mind. This is your moment of absolute alignment, Capricorn. The shadows have been banished, the family knows the truth, and the person who is meant to be yours is finally stepping into their power to claim you. Do not let this message just pass through you like a fleeting thought. Anchor it into your reality. If this reading has resonated with the deepest parts of your spirit, if you feel that sudden, undeniable shift in your energy, I invite you to go down to the comments right now and claim this energy. Comment the word truth to signal to the universe that you are ready to receive this cleared path, that you are no longer accepting anything less than absolute transparency and devotion. By typing that single word, you are making a spiritual contract with your higher self. You are declaring that the era of secrets is over. If this message found you at the exact right moment, if it brought a sense of relief and anticipation to your heart, please share it with someone who needs to hear it, or simply keep it as a sacred reminder for yourself. Make sure you subscribe to Trusted Tarot, because we are going to continue to navigate these profound spiritual shifts together. You are not walking this path alone. The universe is conspiring in your favor, the energy is moving rapidly, and your happy ending is no longer just a hope. It is your impending reality. Stay open, stay grounded, and prepare to receive. The best is truly just beginning.